Hello, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? What I wanted to let you know is that I'm gonna let this video play as is, and then I'll do commentary afterwards. This is tWitch's brother, aka his best friend, and he leaked a phone call that he had with Allison regarding all of this. So I don't know if you guys seen this or not last night, but I wanted to go ahead and play it for you guys just in case you haven't. Like I said, I'm not gonna interrupt it too much. I'm gonna let it play and talk. I'm going to allow more people to get in the room. So please go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all for being here. What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? I see more people coming in the room. So, without further ado, this is tWitch's best friend. He calls him his brother. He plays the phone call with Allison Holkner, the widow of. And mind you, this comes after the video with the daughter, Allison's daughter, trying to defend her mom. He then plays a phone call with Allison, and yeah, so let's go ahead and take a listen. Like I said, I'm going to do commentary afterwards. So I'm just going to let it play as is so it won't be too much stop and go. So welcome everybody to the chat. I appreciate y'all being here. Let's go.
Yeah. Yep. We're going to end this all today. We're going to end this all today. Can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me? Is it clear? Is the connection good? Oh, don't be nervous. Ain't nothing to be nervous about. Look at Carol. That's the homie right there. Okay. So everybody can hear me. Okay. Okay. Now,
let me see if I can blow it up a little more.
Just so he's trying to say something back, ain't nothing you can say. I'm going to cover two things real quick. So, first, let me say this. There are two types of people. Y'all understand?
Ah! Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm not going to touch nothing. I'm going to let it play as is, and then we'll give our commentary afterwards. All right, here we go.
End this all today. We're going to end this all today. Can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me? Is it clear? Is the connection good? Oh, don't be nervous. Ain't nothing to be nervous about. Look at Carol. That's the homie right there. Okay. So everybody can hear me. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to cover two things. Just so he's trying to say something back, ain't nothing you can say. I'm going to cover two things real quick. So, first, let me say this. There are two types of people. Y'all understand? Some people, they just ain't ever going to believe what we saying. They just do not understand what we saying. This woman could have taken him out, and they still going to say, well, they're going to make an excuse. So there's two types of people. Some people understand exactly why we are angry. Some people understand exactly why this is so messed up. Like, they get it. And my advice to those who understand, my advice to you is stop trying to argue with people in comments who don't get it. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Don't argue with these people in comments. Don't argue with these people who say, oh, y'all can't hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, they can hear me. So don't argue with the other people. Don't argue with them. And guess what? If they don't get it, they don't get it. If they don't understand why we would defend somebody like Steven, then they don't understand nothing. So it ain't nothing for us to try to we're trying to convince people. We're trying to convince. Don't try to convince these people of nothing. You heard what I'm saying? Okay, so watch this. Second thing I'm gonna hit before I post this stuff. Second thing I'm gonna hit before I post this. Touch your screen. Oh yeah. Second thing I'm gonna hit before I show everything. What you are seeing happen, okay? People trying to say, oh, his family and friends is seeing all this and blah 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 blah. Let me tell y'all what y'all seeing before I show y'all the ugly truth. Do you remember that scene in Avengers Endgame? At the very end of Avengers Endgame, what you see is Captain America. Okay, and I'm gonna use this because me and Steven was nerds. He was Superman. If everybody who knew him know that he was DC, I'm Marvel, right? So Steven was Superman. Okay, I'm Iron Man. All right, but I always saw Steven as Captain America. How crazy that this whole situation has happened. But I'm gonna use this as an example of what I mean. In the last scene, what you're seeing happen right now on social media with all these people speaking up, what you're seeing is Steven's spirit by himself. Okay, you got this whole army of darkness against this one man. Okay, and what you see is him. He's down. He's out. He's beaten up. This was his spirit. Okay, but he is still fighting. So he is walking towards this army of darkness by himself. Do y'all see it? And he's walking to this army of darkness by himself, and he knows they're gonna take him out. Ooh, what you see his friends doing right now is we saying on your left. That's what you see. You see his friends say, on your left. And I'm walking. Hey, the homies is walking up out. You got Courtney spoke up. You got Andy Lasser spoke up. Ellen DeGeneres says he was with Steven every day. You see him speaking up. You see Phil Wright spoke up. Phil said, man, I'm sorry I didn't speak up earlier. Sorry, these are famous people who can lose jobs, who can lose brand deals. These people just speaking up. On your left. On your left. The portals are opening up. People is speaking up because we was quiet. Look at Comfort. Comfort spoke up. We can lose jobs and branded, but we don't care because the portals is opened up. And I'm not saying she's Thanos. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the concept. And I know they're going to come after me. They're going to try to bring up my past, a little thing. Hey, listen to me, man. I don't give a damn. You hear me? I don't care at all. The portals is opening up, and we about to speak. Captain America ain't going to fight this fight alone at all. He ain't fighting it alone. And here's the thing. For 2 years, we was quiet, y'all. We was quiet. We had to sit quiet in that funeral. And the funeral looked like 1921. It was segregated. It was all the white people, whole bunch of white people over here. I mean, you should have seen it. You should have seen it. She got up there talking about, every day was magic. Funny. All his friends who knew was just sitting there. We were just quiet out of respect. We've been quiet. This is the year where the toxic woman comes down, bro. Bro, I'm telling you. We was quiet for the sake of his kids. We was quiet for his mama, man. His mama, y'all. His mama. His brothers. We was quiet. And look at Courtney Platt. That's a famous person. Her husband famous. She came out and said, look at Comfort. Comfort just the associate choreographer, bro, for the movie Wicked. It just came out, bro. Are you hearing me? These ain't regular people. These ain't people who just ain't got nothing to lose. These people got everything to lose. And that should tell you this. Here's that should tell you what type of person he was, that he ain't even here in the physical form. But the people who are here are ready and willing to lose behind defending him. On your left, I am Iron Man. I'm Iron Man. I'm Iron Man. So guess what? So now let's go and get to these receipts. Let's go and get to these receipts because, see, I told you. In that last conversation we had, I told you. On your left. That's the new one. On your left. Yeah. Captain America ain't fighting this alone. That was a good man, y'all. That was such a beautiful person, y'all, man. We didn't agree on everything, but what friends do, like that, the Bible says iron sharpens iron the way a brother sharpens itself. You know, iron can't sharpen iron without friction. It's gonna be sparks, and that's what makes you close, man. You know, I can't believe she did this, man. And I ain't attacking her personally, man. But you lying, bro. You lying on it for some money, girl. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and shut this on down. Let's shut this all the way down. So she's on TV portraying this image, right? Like, oh, you know, mental health and blah, blah, blah. Listen to me. That lady don't care about his mental health. And I told you I told you. I was nice at first, yo. And everybody who know me know I'm very nice in the beginning. You hear me? But when you start crossing people I love, when you start crossing, his kids gonna see this one day. Nah, we cool. So she's talking about when it came to the NDA, acting like she cared about the NDA. Listen to me, y'all. The person that you are seeing, these people ain't lying. And I gave her the benefit of the doubt. His mama ain't lying, yo. His brothers, they are not lying. They ain't. They are not lying, y'all. You hear me? Was she acting like, oh, sensitive, but that ain't how she is behind closed doors. Check this out. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Outside, y'all, I have been celebrated.
Hold on.
From how I've handled this.
You actually think that it is cool.
Okay.
To make his mama sign Listen to this. The NDA thing, right? The whole NDA thing, and how she was acting like, oh, here come the receipts. I'm about to play it for you, right now. So remember, she's trying to act about the NDA. Oh, no, NDA. We only did that because blah, blah, blah. Y'all, she don't give a damn. She don't give a damn at all. She said, this is what she said. She said, yep, I made her sign the NDA, and I'll make her sign it again. Yep, every day of my life. That's what she said. Now, she gonna lie to you, okay? She gonna lie to you, okay? And she gonna say she didn't say that. He's lying. But I'm about to play it for you real quick. Hold on. Let me come in here. Real quick so you can really hear it real clear. I'm gonna let you hear it real clear. Check this out. Listen to this. Listen to this here. Listen to this here. Listen to this. I got you. I got that. I told you, girl. sign an NDA to see his body. Listen to this. Listen, you actually think that it is cool to make his mama sign an NDA to see his body?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
To see his body.
I would do it again and again and again.
Why would she need to sign an NDA to see his body?
It's great. But also, I don't understand how y'all don't understand that Steven's even asked her to do it.
He didn't ask her to sign.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
You hear that? You hear that?
Again and again and again.
Why would she need to sign an NDA to see his body?
It's great. But also, I don't understand how y'all don't understand.
I got your ass. I told you. He
He
didn't ask her to sign an NDA to see his body.
What's this?
Do you understand what I'm
also,
saying?
did anyone ever tell you?
What's this?
In a party, an NDA for a party, NDAs for a party.
And asking his mother to
No.
He plays it again. I know the volume's kind of low, but he plays it again. Don't worry.
Funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just said Stevens asked her, have to sign an NDA. No. Did you know this?
That's different than signing an
And
NDA.
No. That came from Steven.
I'm asking you, you would never post a picture of Steven in the thing, right? Picture Steven in the casket, right?
Yeah, but I'm also in the industry and I know that. And also, I don't know all the people that were in that way. By the way, because you're asking this question trying to set me up, I didn't know the people that were invited to that way.
No, I'm not trying to set you up. I'm asking you, you would never post a picture of Steven in the thing, right? So if you say you wouldn't, why would you think that Connie would do that? That's what I'm asking you.
I was also going off of advice from people. So, I don't know. I've never done this before. I don't know why everyone expects me to have done this before. But also, just so you know, by the way, meanwhile, do you know that Steven has asked Connie to sign an NDA before? This was not her first time signing an NDA. I don't know if you knew this.
I mean, I've signed NDAs before. I think it's more...
Connie had to sign an NDA to go to one of our parties. Did you know this?
That's different than signing an NDA.
No. That came from Steven. And Steven wasn't like, don't make my mom have to sign an NDA. No. Connie had to sign an NDA for Steven to come to a party, and Steven asked her to sign it.
Allison, I'm saying...
So this is not... So don't...
I'm saying her signing an NDA... I'm saying her signing an NDA to see her son's body. Her signing an NDA to go to the funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just said Stevens asked her before she could come into a party.
That's different. You don't understand how that's different?
Okay, so wait, why was Steven wrong in asking his mother to
No. It's not the same thing. I've had family sign NDAs for like different things. I'm talking about to make his mama. So you telling me you don't see the difference in a party? An NDA for a party, Allison, other than...
Okay, well, I know this. I'll say this.
Then making his mama see his...
Steven would definitely have my family... By the way, my family also had an NDA, no questions asked. It doesn't matter who it is. It was protecting Steven, and it was the right choice.
You think that was protecting Steven, making his mama...
Pause. It don't matter who it is, she said. It don't matter who it is, she said. Let's keep it going. Because apparently that woman seeing her son's body is equivalent to going to a party. Lord Jesus, help me keep my spirit right.
On NDA.
Context of
to see his body?
So it's a good choice for me.
To see his body.
I've been celebrating.
That was protecting Steven, making his mama sign an NDA.
Context of
to see his body?
So it's a good choice for me.
To see his body.
I've been celebrating. Outside y'all, I have been celebrated from how I've handled this and protected Steven.
Listen, you actually think that it is cool to make his mama sign an NDA to see his body?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
Y'all heard that? So, come for me. I told you what was going to happen. I told you what was going to happen. I told you. I don't give a... Hey, you better ask somebody about me. Everybody who know me know. I'm the same Emmanuel. I ain't no perfect man by no means, but you ain't about to do this to this man and he ain't here. You ain't about to do that. Sweetheart, no, you're not about to do that. And then she talking about, but going to put a book out about this man, what happened to him when he was a kid? For some money? Y'all, she claims she didn't know, right? She claims she didn't know. So if she didn't know, then he didn't want her to know. So if he didn't want her to know, why would a wife, why would you take that and show it to the world? Yeah. Y'all want some more? Y'all want some more? Watch this. Cause see, I've been holding this in for about 2 years, going through my own divorce with something that's just like her. Yeah, this is the year. These type, come down. You're coming down. You're coming down.
Where's Dr. Umar?
Let's go. What else? She said, mental health, right? So she got all this issue out about mental health. She didn't give a damn about his mental health. She didn't give a damn about his mental health. She dismissed his mental health like it ain't nothing. You want to hear it? Okay, watch this real quick. Watch this here. Where is it at? Yeah. Where is it at? Mm-hmm. Hold on, real quick. Where is it at?
And only because we're trying to protect Steven in this.
Hold on.
So I said, Connie, please.
Watch this.
The number came back from D and it was bigger.
Watch this.
And
Okay.
send me your list. She sent me your list. That's sorry.
Hold on.
We should not do an open casket wake because
There's a lot of things I didn't like. I didn't like the NDAs in order to go to our friend's funeral. I didn't like.
Do you know the context of it before we move on?
Watch this.
Own people, and that is a beautiful thing.
But what are we talking about right now?
I'm trying to get
About you.
because I never relied on Steve.
I said about me not hanging out with you.
Personal, oh my God.
I'm just correcting you on what you just said. Out with him, I didn't hang out with you.
Watch
and he was a lot of people's friends. He friends' kids.
Oh.
It's my husband.
Yeah, and it was
Other people.
Yeah.
So don't come for me and try to all be like this awful you guys were being about me.
Allison,
Allison,
you are Allison. Like we ain't got to yell. We didn't talk, Allison, because you didn't answer.
Just yell.
So Allison, if you can be on social media, Allison,
I was crying in my backyard for almost 4 months straight.
Allison,
and then I come back and talk about how awful you guys were being about me.
Allison,
she has multiple sources of people.
Yeah.
So don't come for me and try to all be like this.
Wasn't the truth?
The truth? You don't even know the truth because it's not your story to be told, my guy.
It is my story.
Watch this.
It is my story to be told.
Watch this.
My friend's kids.
Watch.
It's my husband.
Watch this.
And it was my friend before he was your husband. He was my friend before he was your husband, though.
What?
He was my friend before he was your husband. He was a lot of people's friends. He's not just your husband. He's a lot of people's friends.
I'm not saying he wasn't friends.
He was a lot of people's friends.
Watch this.
You hadn't even ever hung out with us.
There she go, right there.
I hadn't even.
Listen to me. So here's what she gonna do. I'm gonna tell you right now what she gonna do. Ask people like Tony Bellissimo, Comfort, his friend. What she'll do is she'll say you weren't his friend. That's what she'll do. She'll say you weren't his friend, right? She'll say you weren't his friend. Anybody that comes out and says anything that got any type of truth, she'll try to say, oh, well, you weren't even his friend. No, nigga, we wasn't your friend. Yeah, we wasn't your friend. We wasn't your friend. We knew him before you knew him. We knew him before you knew him. What are you talking about? His mama ain't lying, y'all. His brothers ain't lying. Courtney Platt ain't lying. Comfort ain't lying. Like these people aren't lying. Nelson ain't lying. Oh, they came for Nelson, right? Okay, they came for Nelson. They'll try to bring things out and say, oh, well, Well, Nelson, Stephen had this against Nelson. Listen to me, man. Nelson is rough around the edges. Everybody who know Nelson know he's rough around the edges. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, and I'm not saying Nelson been perfect at all. Here's what I am saying though. Nelson and Stephen were actually brothers. You know, brothers get into it. And at one time I had an issue with Nelson. I'm like, this nigga be talking like but guess what? Nelson 10 toes down is a good dude. But when it comes, you ain't gotta agree with somebody on everything. But look at who has the family's back. You hear me, y'all? He been here. Hey, he done stood 10 toes down for this family, y'all. I'm telling y'all. So if anybody try to talk some crap about Nelson, oh, back in the day, Nelson did this. Back in the day, so back in the day, y'all done something. We all done something back in the day. And while we talking about Nelson, because people want to bring Nelson up, right? They want to bring up Nelson, right? And they want to say something like, oh, he was a this and he was that and blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen to this. Look at the family. And then some. He done held the family down and then some. That was his real brother. Brothers get into it. Oh, well. Y'all all done got friends and y'all done got into it. But he held him down. Now watch this. She wasn't talking about an addict, right? She want to say people was on drugs and she found drugs, blah, blah. Yo, I'm going to ask you legitimate questions. What about all that coke and that Molly and that X? What about that? Huh? What about all that coke and that Molly and that X you was on?
Nelson Diaz is the former manager that they're suing.
Nelson said, who is Nelson? Nelson's a good dude. And yeah, that was his brother. But what about all that coke and that Molly and that X? You know what I'm saying? That you was on. I mean, yo, I'm just saying, yo, listen. I'm just that friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm just that friend. You know that one friend, it's like a group of friends, right? And like, it's a friend that's like, they all kicking it. And then like, they all sitting down in the lobby or something. And then somebody walk in and they talk crazy to somebody. Steven is the friend that'll be like, hey, you know, guys, you know, come on now. That's Steven, right? And he might not say anything. He might just kind of look around. I'm that friend and say, hey, bro, chill, man. Chill. We ain't done nothing to you. You know, I'm going to eventually get irritated. What you're seeing right now is me eventually irritated. Right? Oh, watch this. After the funeral, who was the one that took care of Stephen's family after the funeral? Nelson. Hey, at the funeral, when we did the funeral, who's the one that took the whole family out to eat and honored his name? Nelson. You want to talk about Nelson? Talk about that. Had the whole family at his house. Talk about that. We want to bring up Nelson. Bring up everything. Who was getting you that money? Nelson. Who was getting you those gigs? Nelson. Huh? Who was doing that? Nelson. When all them producers were saying, hey, man, don't bring her on here. When all them producers were saying, hey, man, who was still getting you a check? Nelson. I mean, we gonna talk. See, the truth got two sides, man. Listen, let her say whatever she want to say. I don't care. In 200 years, nobody will remember my name, nobody's name anyway. We all gonna be dead anyway. And everybody that knew the gossip or knew what happened, it's all gonna be done anyway. Don't nobody care. I'm gonna tell it how it is, bro. So we're gonna talk about Nelson, but say everything. Say all of it. Say all of it. Say it all. Now, watch this.
I hung out with you. What are you talking about?
You didn't even hang out with us.
You hadn't even ever hung out with us.
Listen to this.
I hadn't even ever hung out with us.
I hadn't even hung out with you. What are you talking about?
Yes.
What are you talking about? I ain't hung out with you. I done hung out with him. I done hung out with him.
Come in here to say what we were
I didn't hang out with him.
A lot of people are all the time.
Nah, I didn't hang out with him. I didn't hang out with you. And that was the situation with a lot of people. People loved him. A lot of people didn't know you.
Because weird. Oh my God, crazy. I have my own group of friends.
Yeah, so then don't bring it up then, sweetie. Then don't say stuff like you never even hang out with us. Don't say that.
Weird. Oh my God.
I'm just correcting you on what you just said.
My whole life revolve around Steven. How dare I? How dare I, as a woman in this generation, have outsourced people that I
You're right, but I don't even know why that's even coming up. I'm correcting what you just said about me not hanging out with you.
My personal feelings about something. I've never had a conversation with you. Do you know who I'm going to go to?
But we're not talking about, listen, we're not talking about you.
Because I never relied on Steven for those things. I have the same group of friends.
You never relied on Steven for what?
Friends, and I'm so close with them. They were at our home all the time. They still come see me almost weekly.
Okay. What are we talking about right
Just
now?
because you are not my best friend.
No, Allison, what are we talking about right now?
What are we talking
I'm a terrible human.
Allison, what are we talking about right now?
See how she just switched
I'm
subjects?
trying to get you to see right now that just because I don't come to you or the brothers about my personal feelings about something.
But Allison, that's not what we're even talking about.
We ain't even talking about that.
I have my own people that I'm close with, and I've always been close
Allison,
with.
that ain't even what we're talking about.
Were we even talking about that?
Beautiful thing.
But that ain't what we're talking about. You just said, the only reason why I just said what I said was because you said you didn't even hang out with us. I corrected you and said, no, I didn't hang out with you.
Thank you,
And
BT, the
that's
purple
how
diva.
we got. Hold on. So here's what I'm saying. All I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying, Allison. We keep going off on different things. Here's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that I'm going to just be straight up front with you, man. There's a lot of things I didn't like. I didn't like the NDAs in order to go to our friend's funeral.
Gaslight, yeah. Hey, watch this. So I'm gonna post another receipt. So y'all know how we all know Allison because Twitch. It's common knowledge. That's why we know Allison. That's why everybody knows Allison. That's why we know her. Okay. Watch this.
Just as much as they were before.
Watch
Okay.
this.
Well, I was trying to.
Watch this.
You helped us. There were a lot of them.
Okay.
Apparently you didn't. You asking me a question to redirect up here, but then when you on that part, he could have asked for help. Where was you with me? And you can sit there and say what you just said.
It's time to go ahead and post this. I'm gonna post this receipt because this is really gonna end it all. Please stop acting like you cared about my homeboy's mental health in front of People Magazine and all this stuff because I got you. So the next thing I'm about to post is basically her proving that she just dismissed his whole mental health because see, she ain't on camera. When she ain't on camera, she a different person. That's a different Emmanuel. It ain't me. My name is Emmanuel. Y'all talking about it, that other Emmanuel that she was walking out of a hotel with right after my boy departed. You see, I'm about to play something for y'all because I got you. So she gets on here talking about mental health, mental health. Y'all, she didn't care about his mental health. She didn't care about his mental health. And I'm going to show you how dismissive she really is about his mental health behind closed doors. Oh, see these little comments talking about you love clout? Listen to me, fool. If I love clout, I wouldn't be on here doing this. Everybody that's quiet, they love clout. Everybody that ain't coming through the portals, they love clout. Everybody that ain't speaking up right now because they afraid to lose brand deals or people not liking them, they love clout. The people who saying stuff like me, we got so much to lose. I got 3 kids. We got a new show we about to drop. I own a studio that Steven sponsored on the Ellen show. Oh, I got a lot to lose for me saying all of this. Could get sued. I got a lot to lose. Dummy. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. So come from behind that little, thank you. I'm risking everything doing this. Yeah. And I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. I don't care at all what happens. I don't care at all. You came after a dead man that was a walking angel. You came after a dead man that was a walking angel. You name one person on this who can say one bad thing about this man. I'll wait. One thing bad about this dude, bro. Nobody will speak anything bad about this man because it's who he was behind closed doors. The same person he was on the show. That's who he really was. I got videos of me and him I got videos of me and him when we was in our 20s. The same person. So, yeah, talk that talk with somebody. I got everything to lose right now. I know people going to come after me. After this, they're going to come after me. So, come after me. Oh, well, come after me. We don't give a fuck about no NDA. We don't care about none of that. You got on a magazine cover, and we was quiet this whole time, man. Man, we was quiet this whole time, nigga, for his kids and his mama. And when his mama gave us to go, it's time to go. So let's go ahead and play this little recording. So apparently, she cares so much about mental health and this and that. Oh, I'm not defending myself. I'm just making it known that I don't give a damn. That's all. Because I don't. I waited 2 years to do this. I don't care. Yeah, my kid's going to see this one day. My kid's going to see what type of friend I was one day. Dummy. His kid's going to see who was his real friend one day. Yeah, who spoke up for his mama. Yeah, talk to yourself. Now watch this. Who spoke up? Who spoke up for his brothers? Who spoke up for his kids? On your left. I am Iron Man. I told you, girl, I got all the crystals, whatever they call. Watch this.
And I protect the hell out of Steven.
Watch this.
And I know I'm doing a great job at it.
Yeah.
Integrity for
Why would you, I know nobody attack, you keep using this word attack. It's just crazy to me. And how you can sit there and say what you just said, knowing, I thought you said you knew he
Watch
had.
this.
Yeah. I am doing everything I
Watch
can
this.
all day still. I loved him more than anything.
Watch this.
He could have stayed and been
Don't say that
Listen.
shit.
helped.
Don't say that.
Listen to me.
Steven left,
Steven
though.
would want the family to see his.
Hey, it's okay. You
Do
know
you
what I'm
realize
saying?
that Steven left? So when you say
What you mean Steven left? Hold on. What do you mean?
Y'all ready? Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. The dismissal. Y'all need to go unfollow her. You need to repost this. Everything she got on mental health need to be taken down. Listen to this disgusting crap. Listen to this right here. Listen to this right here. Because I told you. Watch this right here. Watch this.
You know what
you
I'm saying?
realize that Steven left.
Watch this.
So when you say
What the? Two different views on stuff. So at the end of the day, it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
realize that Steven left. So when you say
What you mean Steven left? Hold on. What do you mean Steven left?
Steven would want the family to see his kids. He could have stayed.
Don't say that shit.
And helped.
Don't say that.
Yes, no, I'm allowed to.
No, you ain't allowed to say no stupid shit
And
like
also
that.
the other side of
You ain't allowed to say no stupid shit like that, man. That's fucked up. What you mean he could have stayed?
He could have stayed and been a partner. He could still be helping fathering these children with me. I would love to wake up next to him every single day still. I loved him more than anything.
Shut your ass up.
I still talk to him. He still talks to me. He still comes to me in my dreams. I still ask him for advice. He still guides me. I ain't doing some crazy ass shit. I still communicate with him. I am doing everything I can. And you know what my only job is? It ain't to worry about you. My job is to worry about these 3 kids. And I'm doing a beautiful goddamn job at it.
You think so?
And I protect the hell out of Steven.
So?
And I know I'm doing a great job at it. So I want to have someone attack my integrity for that.
Why would you, I know nobody attack. You keep using this word attack. It's just crazy to me. And how you can sit there and say what you just said, knowing, I thought you said you knew he had mental issues. I thought you said you knew he was going through stuff. And then you just say some dark shit like, well, I mean, he should have stayed. He should have stayed.
He should have stayed.
Mental,
he could have got therapy. He could have talked to someone. He could have asked for help.
Where was you at? Why couldn't he talk to you? Why couldn't he talk to you? Y'all were so close, right?
It doesn't have to just
No, y'all were so close, right? Why couldn't he talk to you?
His mother. It could have been.
Because he had a hell of conversations with.
Say that about.
He had a hell of conversations with me about why he couldn't talk to you.
Why couldn't he talk to you?
You hear that part? He had a hell of conversations.
Yeah.
You hear that? You hear that part? What? He had a hell of conversations with me about why he couldn't talk to you.
Sure, my guy.
Yeah.
What do you mean, sure? It's real fucked up to say what you just said. He could just be here. It's like a dismissal. You're dismissing all the shit that he went through up here. But then when you're on social media and you in front of people, oh, he was, going through so much. But then you just say that shit like, well, why ain't he here?
Do you know what he went through as a child?
Why ain't he sitting here?
Do you know what he went through as a child?
I know a whole bunch of shit he went through. I don't understand why you've been dismissive. Don't change the subject now.
No, I'm asking like to know if context you do know what his brain was.
Hey, look,
you actually know.
You ask questions to redirect.
I'm asking.
You asking me a question to redirect, like that you keep doing it. As if you just have this know-it-all. You just know more than everybody else. You don't. You don't.
I lay next to this man every single
night. Yeah, guess
what?
A lot of women lay next to men. A lot of women lay next to men, especially white women and black men, lay next to them.
It's because of my race.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is a lot of white women lay next to black men and don't know shit about what's going on in his mental. A lot of them. Okay. Apparently you didn't.
Thank you.
No. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shit about my boy. Like it was just dismissing his mental health. He should just.
I didn't dismiss it.
Yeah, you did. How did you just say that?
But
How could
you
you?
Could have stayed.
Then why ain't he here? Then why didn't you help him? Then why didn't you help him? Then why didn't you help him? Why didn't you help him then? You knew him so well.
I really wish I could have. I've never hit him.
You knew him so well. Why didn't you help him?
Why didn't you help him?
You know everything. You know his background.
I never said I know everything.
Okay, but you saying it. That's what I'm saying. Don't talk like that.
I'm not talking like I know everything.
No, but don't be dismissive about his mental health. No.
Single day for
don't dismiss his mental health. That's all I'm saying. Don't dismiss it.
Honey, I'm so over this conversation.
I bet you are. I bet she is over the conversation. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. And to be clear, I'm not speaking against interracial marriages. I was in one myself. Martin Luther King said, we don't judge people on the color of their skin, but on the content of their character. And here's what it comes down to. There are cultural differences in those relationships that need to be addressed. And a lot of times they are not. And when they are addressed, it seems like it's just very dismissed, on this side of the tracks. I've lived it. You understand? So I'm not speaking against. I have biracial children, and again, my ex is not white. Well, not fully white. She's Arab and white. So even in that sense, it could be black and anything. When there's a cultural difference, a lot of times, because the other person isn't black and they don't understand what black people go through, right? There's a cultural there's a disconnect, and that's okay. That's something that, hey, you work out, you talk about. But when it's not talked about, as you can see, he couldn't talk to this woman. Well, I can't even talk to this woman. Do you understand? I can't even talk to her. So no, he could not talk to her. And let's go deeper. When he would try to talk to me, the times when he would talk to me about because we went through the same type of stuff, dude. Why? Tell me why he'd have to go. Let me go. He going in the closet, or he going in. Let me go back here and let me. Man, I don't want to. Let me. I'm like, bro, put your foot down. Talk. And he felt like he couldn't. And I'm not. Hey, listen, man, bro. She lying, bro. And she just came for the wrong one, bro. She came for the wrong one, bro. She did, bro.
For real, I loved the fuck out of this guy, and I still celebrate him every day.
All right.
And just because I'm white.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I made a point. No, I know. I made a point, though.
These white women with
no, yeah, because it's a real thing. It's a real thing that goes on, though. It's a real thing.
To you?
No, in general.
Yes.
In general, it's a real thing. And trust me, me and him talked about it. Trust me, it's a real thing. You sitting there talking about, no, you sitting there saying, no.
Can you honestly, how about you sit back?
It's the cultural, it is the cultural
and be
disconnect.
angry with Steven for 2 seconds.
Nah, it's the cultural disconnect that you obviously ain't willing to listen to.
She ain't willing.
You can't even really
sit. 3 children that I'm raising every day. I'm doing.
Okay, you got them around the black family? Do you got them around the black that you obviously ain't willing to listen to?
That you obviously ain't willing to listen to. She can't even listen to me. Now, look at the conversation I'm having with her. If y'all knew Steven, everybody that knows Steven, did he talk the way I'm talking in here? No. So can you look at how she's dealing with me? Look at how she's dealing with and talking to me. And I'm breaking it down. I mean, what do you think he went through? And if you knew Steven, I don't care about none of y'all that didn't know him, that they got something to say about those of us who did. The people who knew him, imagine what he went through, y'all. Imagine what it was like talking to her from Steven's level. Imagine what it was like talking to her, y'all, from his point of view. If you knew him and you knew his spirit and you knew what the heart that he had, you couldn't even. Yeah, man. Oh, I didn't choose my language carefully. I don't give a damn. You don't know who I am. You better ask somebody. Nigga, I don't care at all. At all.
You can't even really sit.
3 children that I'm raising every day. I'm doing.
Okay, you got them around the black family? Do you got them around a black family? Do you have them around their black family? You are raising 3 black kids. Do you have them around a black family?
I don't have 3 black kids. I only have 2 black kids, so you don't even know that.
Oh, okay.
Wesley ain't black.
Okay.
See that?
Okay. Well, I was trying to. I was trying to just give her. I was really just trying to say something, but I was really trying to throw something in there that you really didn't even just hear. But again, okay, you're right. Wesley wasn't Steven's biological child. You're right, and you do have 2 black kids. Are you going to allow those 2 black kids to be around their black side of the family?
They have been just as much as they were before.
Okay, guess what? Okay. Listen to me. But watch this. But they want to see him, though. But they want to see their kids more. But they want to see them more. Are you willing to allow that?
I'm not responsible to do more than Steven did before. I've got my own life.
What do you mean you're not responsible? Yes, you are. You are the last living thing that has the power.
Doing what we always had done. Steven was supposed to go see his grandparents and never went. Back in November, he didn't want to go.
Why?
So do not.
Why didn't he want to go? Why didn't he want to go?
Do more.
No, why didn't he want to go?
Steven was willing.
Why
to
didn't
do
he want to go?
himself.
Why didn't he want to go?
He didn't want to go see Connie.
Why?
Y'all hear that? I told you. I told you. You hear that? You hear what she does? You hear what she does? Why didn't he want to go? He didn't want to go see Connie. Y'all, by the way, Connie is his mama. Steven loved Connie. Play with something safe. I'm not safe. In situations like this, I'm not safe. I'm not going to stay quiet. I'm not going to stay quiet. You can bring up my past. You can bring up anything bad that somebody can say about me. My ex already tried it. I don't give a damn. I done lost a lot. For those who have been following me, I done lost a lot. So I don't really care. I don't care. But did y'all hear that? You hear that? Mm-hmm. Blamed his mama and said to me, like I didn't know. Like I don't know the truth. I know why he didn't want to go. But blame the mama. Y'all still think we lying? You still think his mama lying? You still think his brother and sisters is lying? I mean, his brothers is lying? Sisters meaning Comfort and Courtney and everybody. You think they lying? You think it's lies? It ain't lies. Ain't nobody lying on this woman. On the contrary, we've had grace on this woman. On the contrary, we've had grace on this woman. We've had grace. We sat back and we have been quiet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We've been quiet.
He didn't want to go.
Yo. Why?
So do not.
Why didn't he want to go? Why didn't he want to go?
Do more.
No, why didn't he want to go?
Was willing
Why
to
didn't
do
he want to go?
himself.
Why didn't he want to go?
He didn't want to go see Connie.
Why?
Oh, guess what? Maybe they have a different relationship than you actually know because you weren't talking to him.
I'm asking you to your knowledge. Why didn't he want to go?
I do not owe you any of our private conversations, but they weren't even private. These were in front of our team members. He didn't go. And that was on Steven not wanting to go. Had nothing to do with me. He didn't want to go.
Okay. So.
And honestly, I owe you no more than that. I don't even need to give you those details.
I know details. I'm letting you just talk. I got my details.
Hey, I know the details. I'm just letting you talk. I got the details. I'm just letting you talk. Woo! Boy, I wish you could see this. I know he proud of me. I used to make him crack up with stuff just like this. I know he proud of me. Right? So she don't owe me no, I like what somebody just said. So she don't give me no details, really, because there ain't no details to give. But then she'll go give the world details, right?
I want to call something out before I just let it fester because I don't want to get angry about it later. So I just want to call out something. So we're not necessarily talking about the little girl as far as being negative towards her, but it's apparent that she does have a Black aesthetic to her. And let's be honest, a lot of suburban white kids, because I grew up in the suburbs, a lot of suburban white kids will have that Black aesthetic. Now, necessarily you could say that's talking about the child, but also that's on the parent for letting them have that Black aesthetic. Let's not play dumb Like white kids do not have a black aesthetic. All right, let's continue.
You're gonna give the word.
And I would not let nobody bully that little girl, by the way. I just want to be clear about that. But a lot of people was under the impression that she was biracial. That was the whole point.
World details, right? But then she's gonna give the world details, right? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, y'all? Y'all, my hair's jacked up. I ain't cut my nails. I'm over here looking scruff McGruff. And a Starbucks in a Starbucks bathroom. Oh man.
We're good. It's okay.
Boy. Man.
From the horse's mouth.
And Cameron do not even live in this state.
Okay.
They do not live in
What does
this
that
state.
mean?
Before any of this happened, always was the one being like, okay, let's bring your family out, let's fly them out. My assistant and I would book their flights, put them up in hotels, get them cars. I've never stopped doing that. I'm just uplifting and still doing the things I always did before. Steven never planned any of that shit. Do you know that Dee's never been in the Ellen Show?
You said,
Do you know that?
wait,
Do you know why? He would ask all the time.
What does that mean?
Steven never invited him. Did you know this?
What does that mean? What's your point in saying that?
Well, you can kind of make it out for yourself if you like. But my whole team
I don't
knows
make things out for myself. I like the
Steve
explanations.
wanna come. Do you know the last time that Cameron came to the Ellen Show, Steven freaked out in front of everyone. Was like, I'm never.
You see this? You see what she do? She got on his mama, then she got on D, his brother, and then she got on Cam, his baby brother. That's what she do. This is what she do. This is what she does. And I got so much more to post, but I think I'm gonna post this little last part. This last part, it should be enough for y'all. I'm gonna post this last part. And then maybe we'll get more later. How about that?
I just asked you a simple question.
Watch this. So, she want to honor him, right? She claimed that everything she doing is to honor him, right? That she'll honor him and yada, 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 blah, 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 honor him. I asked her to honor him, and I just did it just to prove that it ain't got nothing to do with honoring him. She don't really want to honor him. She doesn't care. But I'm going to play this part. This part is really hard to hear because of all the talks we had where he talked about working. He was so happy that he worked so hard to be able to provide her a certain type of life, and her kid that she came into the relationship with. This was a single mom. This was a single mother that he got with, and he busted his butt to provide for her. Everybody knows who knew him know that was his heart, to provide for her and all three of his kids, according to him. Okay? She knew that. Everybody knew that. It was a known thing. Publicly, it is a known thing. We all know, okay, that he busted his butt for her to provide for her and give her the life that she has. Do y'all understand? To hear your brother talk to you behind closed doors where he's so happy about being able to see a smile on her face, regardless of how hard it was to live with her. And then that dude was an angel. He's a better man than me. He's a better man than most. But he busted his butt for her. Okay? Her child and then his child, which again, all three of them to him was his children. And he should not be called. And I'll tell everybody this. The little girl, leave the little girl alone. She's about 15, 16, but I will say a little thing to her. You don't call him Stephen. You call him Dad. You don't call him Stephen. You call him Dad because he busted his butt for you and he was there from day one when your dad wasn't. So you don't call him Stephen. You know, we grew up calling, uncles, our uncles and aunties or you didn't call adults by their first name, especially not, sweetheart, one that has busted his butt for you. Okay? Now, I defended you, sweetheart, and I'm going to keep defending you because you're 15, 16 years old, and you're trying to have your mama's back. I get it. I get it. You don't understand. You don't know what you don't know. But you don't call him Stephen. You call him Dad. I think that he deserves that much. Don't you think? Because you said he was there from day one. In your live, I watched the whole thing. You said he was there from day one. You said he raised you. You said he taught you this. But Stephen, sweetie, don't let the love for your mom make you forget the love for your dad. The man that was your dad. Mamas can be wrong. Dads can be wrong. And that's okay. I've been wrong before. That's okay. But you just show a little bit of respect. That's all I'm asking of you. You show a little bit of respect. I posted a post for telling people don't come after you and talk, but you don't call him Stephen. Call him Dad. Every time you refer to him, you call him Dad. Okay. With that being said, I'm gonna play this last part and not stepdad, Dad. I'm gonna play this last part where it comes to honoring. I will say it again. Don't let the love you have for your mom make you forget the love of your dad. Okay? I'm gonna play this last part, and again, we all know how much he wanted to provide for this woman. He loved this woman, regardless. And I asked her it was like my last thing. I was just hoping to find something in her, okay, that, I don't know, I could maybe say, well, maybe, at least she's this. I was looking for something. And so this is I asked her, can you at least honor him? And the reason why I said this, to be clear, is because it's what he was so happy to do. He was so happy to be able to provide for her, make her more famous, because, they were the family, and he was happy to do that. And so I asked her, like my last thing to ask her, well, can you at least honor him and say that you have what you have because of his hard work? Can you at least do that? It was my last hope. And this is what her answer was. Okay? I don't care about any of y'all coming after me after this. I am Iron Man. Okay?
Can you honor my...
Okay? This is the part that's hard to hear. This is the hard part for me to hear.
My career, years
Okay?
All his hard work he did.
that. I love
You have
the awful things y'all have said.
Begin.
I'm still doing it. I have to plan all that for them.
You did it before. You had no problem before.
I'm still doing it.
Oh, so you...
It was just...
Oh,
So
okay.
don't come so sick.
What?
Thank you, Miss Kitty.
Took them to go get food. Yes. And
What?
then all the awful things, y'all. That's the crazy thing for you
You
guys.
said you did
Now,
it.
wake up every single day thinking
With that, right?
that what?
That you have the life you have because of Steven?
Thinking,
You have the life you have because of life.
to not live my life.
You deserve...
for
You say you deserve...
living my life just for Steven. And that.
No.
Because I'm not that person. I'm doing exact ball.
Okay.
Because I'm not like, what if? Even after all the awful things y'all have said.
No.
Because I'm not that person. I'm doing exactly what I always did. And I also deserve this life. I'm not living my life just for Steven. And I don't know.
Listen. And here it goes. Again, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it again. If you knew him, you knew how much his greatest thing was to provide for this woman and his 3 kids to him. It was his biggest thing. I asked her, could she at least honor that? And I was looking for that last thing. Okay? I was looking for it. This is her response.
Did, and I also deserve this life. The awful things y'all have said. Even after all the awful things y'all have said.
No.
Because I'm not that person. I'm doing exactly what I always did. And I also deserve this life. I'm not living my life just for Steven. And I don't know if that's the crazy thing for you guys.
You said you deserve what life?
To not live my life.
You deserve...
for
You said you deserve what
It never
life?
was that. I love...
You have the life you have because of Steven, though.
And he is the father of my children. And I celebrate.
You have the life you have because of
I do not
Steven.
wake up every single day thinking...
You have the life you have because of Steven. You know that, right? You can agree with that, right?
That what?
That you have the life you have because of Steven? You can agree with that? You can honor him, right?
No, I cannot.
You can honor him in that way? In his hard work? All his hard work he did. You have...
I also, but I'm not a
I never said that. I never said that. I'm asking you. You can honor my friend in admitting that you are blessed with the life you have right now because of his hard work.
His hard work and only his?
Okay, and you know what I'm saying. Can
No,
you?
don't.
Yeah, you do.
You're not saying that.
But you do, though.
And I think you should tread carefully because I also
I'm sorry, what?
started my career years before.
Why do you tread carefully? Everybody knows it, though.
Knows what?
That you have the... Everybody knows his hard work is why you have the life you have.
No, not everyone thinks that.
What? It's public knowledge. You know it, though.
Do you know that every job we've ever worked on, I've made more than him or the same as him?
Allison, stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Oh, you didn't know that we made equal?
Allison.
You know that? You didn't know that?
Allison, I know producers, I know executives. Don't
No, you
go.
don't. I also
Allison,
do. I'm in this, and I'm working in this
Allison,
industry.
Allison, listen. On that end of the conversation, you can't
How
cap.
dare you? I don't deserve any of this because
No, you do. But what do you do? What don't you deserve? I'm not attacking you. I'm not attacking you. I just asked you. I'm not attacking you. I just asked you a simple question. Can you honor my friend in the truth that you are living the life, the blessed life you have? Praise God. Praise God. I'm glad you have a blessed life. But can you honor him that the reason why you have as much as you have, how about that? And the extent that you have is because of my friend's hard work.
I cannot honor that in the way that you're saying.
Well, hey, listen. Again, my only request was that, you allow Connie to talk to those babies as much as she needs to. She needs to connect with her grandkids.
She can call them any day of the week, and she doesn't call Emmanuel. That's not my problem.
Okay, well, that's what she's
They
saying.
all have Wesley's number. Max has his own number. Like, they all can call whenever.
Well, again, y'all hear that? I am Iron Man. You're done. You're finito. Finished. I would have kept it to myself. I would have taken it to the grave. But you came after my friend. And you came after my friend's mama. And you came after my friend's brothers. And you came after my friend's friends. Then you tried to destroy my friend's image in people's hearts. You put a mask on as if you were trying to be an advocate for him. And I've been quiet. I want you to imagine how hard that is to watch somebody publicly.
Okay. That's pretty much the end right there. I'm gonna go ahead and give my commentary on what I think is going on. I'm gonna start backwards. I think it's crazy and it's pretty much diabolical, and she thinks that she wouldn't have the life that she had without Steven. Yes, they were both on So You Can Think You Can Dance, and that's how they fell in love, all that stuff. However, I didn't really watch So You Can Think You Can Dance. I don't know anybody from that show except them, honestly, to tell you the truth. I was more of an American Idol kind of guy. So with that being said, who was Allison? And then, Twitch was on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Was Allison on the Ellen DeGeneres show? I believe it was just Twitch, right? So with that being said, yeah, I'm pretty sure that check that Twitch was getting from Ellen DeGeneres, it was nice. And then she tried to say that she made more money than him, and sometimes we made the same or I made more than him. Maybe in the beginning, but I can't imagine, now you would have, or at the time you would have been making more money than Twitch. I think she's delusional. I think she doesn't want to admit, like, hey, I wouldn't have this kind of life without Steven. Now, you could say they worked in a partnership, they worked together to build the lives that they had, but specifically, she said that, do you know I made more money than him? And she wanted it to be known that she would be okay without him. I have what I have because of me. That ain't the way to go about it. That was ugly. That was ugly work right there. I do want to say that something else that I noticed was that she blamed Steven a lot. Like, he would have been here, or he should have been here. He shouldn't have left, or he shouldn't have, left us. So she still blames him, and it's all like, I thought that was a part of the therapy and all of the stuff that you're supposed to be working on, that you understand that he felt like he had no way out and there was no other option for him. A lot of times when it comes to people having, thoughts of unaliving themselves, they're not thinking about everything. Whatever is going through in their mind or in their head, they're thinking like, I don't know how to handle it, and I don't think there's any way out, and I think this place will be better without me here, or without me, having these thoughts. It's better without that. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this earth. I don't think she has done the work to understand him, and obviously, too, you could tell that she was a narcissist, and everything was about her and how she has to take care of these kids and she has to do X, Y, and Z. Everything was literally about her. Nothing about, oh, well, I can see what Steven was going through and why he felt this way or X, Y, and Z. Obviously, you didn't know him. And I don't think she wanted to. And this kind of goes into the race situation, the cultural difference and stuff like that. Now, a lot of you black women in here, I've seen y'all saying that he picked his preference. Like this is what he wanted, and so this is what he gets. Now, did he know what he was getting into with Allison? Yes. But however, I don't think he realized how deep he was going to be in it with that woman. Obviously, that woman did not care. She she didn't care. I do think she loved him, but did she love him enough unconditionally? No, I don't think so. And you can tell from the conversation that Manny was having with her, she wasn't trying to hear none of that. She was very dismissive. She was very dismissive, could care less. She was very self centered. And some of that being self centered probably explains what was going on between her and Steven because let her tell it in all her interviews. Everything was great. Everything was this and that. And Manny was all like, oh, well, some of the conversations we would have, you would be surprised. You know, he was saying that. And I do believe that he did have conversation with Steven. Like, he was all like, damn, she ain't listening to me. She ain't, paying attention to me. And he probably did feel alone. And I know she has said like, oh, maybe I should have paid attention to certain things that he was doing, blah, blah, blah. If Steven didn't take his life, I don't think you would have paid attention to anything he was doing. And I don't think now you would pay attention to stuff that no, I don't think you really cared that much. You only cared about yourself. And that's evident. Like you're defending yourself against a man who's not here to speak for himself. If anything, you should just be like, hey, that's your opinion, but I know what the truth is and I know what really went on behind closed doors. But again, if you had such this perfect life and everybody was so happy and blah, 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 he wouldn't have unalived himself. I don't care what anybody says. If he was that happy. And again, I don't care what you say about marijuana. Marijuana doesn't make you want to have, those kind of thoughts. It's not that kind of drug. And if he was really all drugged out, they would have found drugs in his system when he passed away. They didn't find that. That's something that you literally try to use as an excuse. I don't see the correlation between the marijuana and that. Now, she did tell people that there were pills, shrooms. His daughter, though, and we'll talk about that too as well. His daughter, the oldest one that's not biologically his stepdaughter, said he was doing that ayahuasca stuff. Now, y'all know I had Royce and everybody on my channel talking about shrooms. They also mentioned that they did ayahuasca too, not on the same night, but a different night. My thoughts on that. I'm not an ayahuasca specialist. Basically, it's like a root that you take and it's supposed to connect you to the spiritual world and open you up and start revealing things. Listen, things that need to be revealed to me will be revealed to me when I'm in a sober state. I don't need to take no root, no nothing to have any kind of revelation. I don't want that. To me, that stuff is dangerous. I don't want any kind of revelation from listen, any spiritual world, when the lights flicker, I know that's a sign for something. If the power go out for a minute, come back on, that's the only sign I want to take. Other than that, I don't want to drink nothing or take nothing that make me want to connect with that. No, I believe in the power of prayer. But Will Smith and a lot of celebrities have done that ayahuasca stuff. That's not, yeah, I'm staying away from that. No, thank you. Listen, a couple of shots, I'm already having revelations. Like, I don't need nothing more than that. Like, I'm cool, Jaden took that stuff too. Oh yeah, no, a few people already got some roots on me. That one witch lady, she put some roots on me. That's why I broke my ankle last year. Damn, it's almost been a year since I broke my ankle, y'all. Yeah, but I already got some root. I don't need to drink the root. They already put the root on me. I think shout out to Ronnie. I think Ronnie did one of her magic spells to take that root off of me. Shout out to Ronnie if she's still in here. But anyway. But again, I don't even think the ayahuasca stuff would have led him to do what he did. So the ayahuasca, the shrooms, the marijuana, and again, she's saying that she didn't call him an addict, but she talked about his addictions. And you even said a cornucopia of drugs. Listen, I can't even spell cornucopia, but when you say cornucopia, that means a lot. Like it's like a oasis or like this large amount of like different drugs. It's like, whoa, what's going on? The way you put it and say that he had an addiction. Well, yeah, addiction, addict. I mean, it goes hand in hand. You can play semantics with the words, but it is what it is. And especially if you're saying like you didn't know about this and this was hidden, you found it in a closet with a friend. Yeah, you're alluding to he had a problem. And then on top of that, which in the video I just played you, they didn't talk about it, but why did she ever talk about him being touched as a child? Why did she even talk about that? Because if he hid it from you, that means that he was trying to hide it from the world. He didn't want people to know that. I wonder in this book if she's going to talk about her struggles, because there's been accusations that she's an alcoholic. She liked the Molly Percocet. She liked the pills and everything too. And again, I can't confirm that, but I find it hard that Steven smoked marijuana and you didn't partake or you didn't. I don't know. I find it a little hard. And especially when you say, oh, I had another boyfriend that was an addict. And you didn't realize that you were dealing with two different addicts. One from your previous relationship and then one with Steven now. Or Steven at the time. You didn't realize you were dealing with that. So the wording that you said would make us believe that you're trying to say he's an addict. Especially if you're comparing him to another relationship with a person that was an addict. That's the problem. So again, I want to talk about the race thing because I think it's very important. I am all for interracial relationships. I mean, I grew up in the suburbs. Of course, I'm a fan of it, right? It ain't nothing. A big bone white woman can change your life. You know what they say. We gonna play dumb. We gonna play dumb like they don't say black man kryptonite is a big bone white woman. We gonna play dumb like that's not a stereotype or a thing that they say. We gonna play stupid right now. Okay, all right. I guess y'all gonna be offended and play stupid. But anyway, he found his kryptonite, right? And there's no problem with that. But I think especially after 2020, I feel like interracial relationships can't be one-dimensional. I think it's okay to have sex. And if it's just sex, if you just want to bust a nut, that's completely fine. But I think if you're going to get in a marriage and raise children, you have to have these certain conversations. Oh, I see y'all laughing now. I forgot there's a delay. That's why. But yeah, you have to have these conversations. These conversations cannot be, oh, well, this is a thing that doesn't affect us or it doesn't happen. It was kind of like the conversation I was having with Shane from the Atwood channel when he was saying, oh, well, I have black grandchildren or grandkids or whatnot. And I was all like, well, I hope, you're protecting them, because once they step outside in the world, they're going to be reminded like who they are. And it's a sad state of affairs, but you can be the wealthiest or most privileged black person. Like I said, I grew up in the suburbs, but the first time I faced any kind of racism was when I lived in the suburbs. So again, you might be in this bubble where you don't have to deal with it, but you're going to be reminded of who you are. Remember, there was a story like years ago, you guys. Y'all remember this? Oprah went to like this store. It was one of those, some kind of luxury store or whatnot, right? And it was like somewhere in France or some European country, right? She was in Europia, and they didn't let her in the store or open the store for her, and they treated her like a nigga. Let's just put it out there. They treated her like she was. They didn't care that she was Oprah or anything like that. Now, if they knew she was Oprah, they probably would have treated her differently. But they just seen this black woman. They're like, oh, no, you Pepe Le Pew, you ain't got no money. And they didn't let her in the store. So, again, it doesn't matter how much money you have. You are going to get your wake-up call. And that's what Oprah got. She got her wake-up call. So I say this to say is that I hope she's not raising those kids as there's no such thing as racism. If you work hard, you'll get what you want, and there's no oppression and all this other stuff. Listen, black people aren't going around saying that we're oppressed. We know that we live in it and we overcome it all the time. I'm not saying tell those kids that they're oppressed, but don't make it seem like when they go out in the real world, they're not going to experience anything. They're going to be A-okay. No. If they haven't already experienced anything, they will. They will. I have never met a black person say like they have not experienced any kind of, and again, a lot of people think like you have to be chased by the KKK with a burning cross. No, it's not. Most racism is not overt. It's not overt like that. However, you will deal with the microaggressions and things that go on, so forth in the workplace and stuff like that. You will deal with those certain things. So again, it's and I kind of blame Steven too. And I hate to say it like this. Steven, oh, it was Hermes. Okay, Hermes. Okay, yeah. It's Hermes. Listen, I can't afford no Hermes. But if you'd like me to afford some Hermes, make sure you donate to the Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Anyway, I don't think Steven probably had those conversations with her. I don't. I don't think he had those conversations with her. Would she be willing to even have those kind of conversations? From the way she was acting on that phone, no, I don't think she would be willing to have those conversations. It'll be like, yeah, nah, I'll pass. I don't want to hear about that. And I wanted to address again why the daughter came up. So the daughter, she does have that kind of ambiguous look to her. And what I mean by that is because her siblings are black, she could almost pass, with the hair. it's kind of in front of her face, so you can't really see all her features and stuff like that. But looking at throwback pictures of her as a little girl, oh, you can tell that she's white. But all of us assume that was his daughter, and she was just light skinned. She was beige, fluorescent beige. We just thought she was beige, but now knowing that was from a previous relationship, and she's just white. Now she claims that her mom gets Brazilian blowouts, and her mom has naturally curly hair. She claims that it's not a perm. She cut her hair, and so this is just the way it is. I don't think it's just the hair. I just think it's that certain look. And I think Mim said it best with the what's her name? Why do I want to say Alex Barker? Alabama Barker, Travis Barker, daughter, Alabama. Danielle Bagoli, or the Cash Me Outside girl. Whoa Vicky. Whoa Vicky, kind of, never mind. I'll just go with the Catch Me Outside girl in the Alabama. She has that kind of look and that aesthetic to her. And like I was saying, a lot of white kids in the suburbs have that aesthetic to them. Listen, it's a thing that they do. And who her dad was, and around the family, she might have picked up on a few things. Okay, here or there. Now, am I excusing it? No, I'm not excusing it. But at the same token, she's a little girl. Hopefully she grow out of it and she become her own person. Also, I wasn't offended that she called him Steven. Now, if this was the only man that she knew as her father, there is a problem with her calling him Steven instead of dad, right? But I know for me, I come from I don't like saying split family home, but my parents, when I say my parents, I'm usually talking about my stepmom and my dad when I say my parents. If I'm talking about my mom, I will say my mom. Now with my stepmom, I do call her by her first name, but if somebody asks me, usually I'll say stepmom if I have to differentiate like who in my family I'm talking about. But usually I'll just say mom, or I'll say my parents, because my dad and my stepmom, they think just alike. They cuss me out just alike. They give me hell just alike. My parents, they terrorize me a lot. So y'all think I don't get it? No, trust me. They terrorize me a lot, but I love them. That's my parents, So I usually reference as my parents. But my mom has always been in my life. So that's why I have that differentiate between the two. And I call my stepmom by her first name out of respect for my mom, because my mom is still around. Now, I understand that Wesley, the girl, the oldest, her dad is in her life, but I don't think because we've seen him, so we're kind of like, wait, no, Steven, aka Twitch, was your dad, So it gets confusing with that, with that being said. Ice Princess. Oh, you're talking about, okay, I see what you mean. I think, well, Vicky has some mental, yeah, Mims. That's why I left it alone. I was all like, because I was gonna end up saying something and it wasn't gonna. I would have got canceled. So that's why I pulled back on it. Yeah, but thank you. I was all like, let me just pull back on that one. Because don't forget, she was going around saying that she was black. Now, Whoa Vicky actually said she was black. Grandma Joy, my sons call my husband that biological dad by his first name. Oh, he doesn't mind. And you know what? It's different for every family. It's definitely different for every family. Yeah, it's kind of like the rules of engagement. What works for one family might not work for the other. So forth and so forth. So It's different for everybody's family. Uh, I call my stepmother mom. Oh, okay. So you differentiate like that. Okay. Okay, I appreciate that. And thank you, Demetria. Okay. You guys have some good perspectives on that. I like that. Um, what was I saying? Okay. So, the step okay, so I was talking about stepmom, Wesley. Um, I wanted to go back into the call. Um, a lot of the language was hard as far as, he left or he should have been here and stuff like that. She's still holding some kind of resentment against Steven, and that's apparent. Until she worked out those issues, that's when she should have she should have been speaking out doing a book. I don't think she has done the work herself. Honestly, I think that this whole book was, hey, let me go ahead and do a few interviews. Let me, make a profit off of this and tell my story. It's still not making a sense as far as, okay, with the NDA, you did this NDA and you wanted to keep everything private and secret, and now you want to talk. If you went that far to make everything private and secretive, then you should have just left it like that. And it's dishonest to say that you wouldn't have the lifestyle that you had without Steven if your book that you're selling is about Steven. That's intellectually dishonest. You have to honestly look within yourself and be all like, the life that I had is because of Steven. He got me this lifestyle. Yes, you can say you guys were partners, you worked together, blah, blah, blah. That's all nice and dandy. However, the life that you had is because of him. And I don't believe that the family also would be speaking out against you first if you just would have kept this all to yourself. And secondly, there is something going on with that relationship. You know, there's something wrong with that relationship. And I think it's crazy if you try to play like, oh no, everything's fine, everything's okay. No, there is something wrong with it. Mm. Okay. Right, Mims. Yeah, it's disingenuous. Yeah. Mm. Black last name because Twitch was on the come up. Pop follow the money. Yeah, and I want to say something too about the money. Do you know that her new boyfriend is a tech, like some kind of tech CEO who's still married, by the way? A tech CEO who's still married. Now he filed for divorce, but not until after they were first photographed together. Now I know that wasn't their first date when they first was photographed together, but yeah, that's when he did that divorce. But allegedly he was separated back in 2023, and then he just filed for divorce this year. So, uh, but again, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I think it's all tied to money. She wants to be the girl that makes sure that she's secure. Because why not date you another dancer? You in the dance world. Why not date you another dancer? So you go to a tech CEO. Like, what in tech do you know about? Like, what you know about tech? I'm just saying, y'all. I just want to throw that out there. Oh, the wife file. Oh, I stand corrected. I'm sorry. The wife file. So he wasn't even going to file for divorce. Wow. Wow. Yeah. There's a lot to that. I'm gonna do my research on that and come back with another video on that. But it speaks volumes that she wants to be connected to money. And this doesn't mean like the guy who she with, yes, he's white, but it's not just that. He doesn't look like her preference. I know I'm going to hell for that. But he don't look like her preference. You know what I mean? But that money, it's not necessarily about her preference. Her preference is money. So yeah, that is her preference. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The preference of money. Oh, Lovely T. Oh, okay. I'll check out her video. I'll dang, I don't have it right now. But I'll put it in my community tab, the Reddit link to all the stuff that I have found on it. I'll put the Reddit link. Yeah, but she found her preference, which is money. So, you know. Uh how long we been on here? Oh damn, we almost been on here for 2 hours. Mims, I know you are going to interview Manny. Manny was the guy who was speaking. He's the best friend / brother who was speaking up for Steven. He has an interview with Make It Make Sense. Um because I'm definitely going to check that out. I don't see it lined up yet, but somebody will put it in the chat. But yeah, I definitely want to check that out though. Uh, Manny is a hot mess. Oh, okay. So you got a difference of opinion. Okay. Hey, we respect it. And again, I don't think necessarily he's clout chasing. I think that he's more or less mad and upset because again, I think if Allison wasn't trying to capitalize off the moment, I don't think he would have he would nobody would have came out, you know? Oh, she dated Acho? Wow. I had no idea she dated Acho. Wow. Wow. Said your future. Oh Lord. Now she pulled on Alicia Keys. Your future spouse might be married. It's your job to break that up. Oh my God. Thank you, Mims. I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, yeah. Manuel Acho, that now that looks like her preference. But again, he might not have had enough money for her. So she went with the tech guru. You know? Anyway, you guys, there's a lot more that we can break down from the video. But like I said, I know Mims is going to have an interview with him, so there's going to be a lot more to the conversation. Hopefully, some gaps are filled in too. Because one thing that I paid attention to with Wesley is that she's saying everybody who we cool with or who are Steven's actual friends, we still talk to. All the rest of these people, we don't know them. So, I wonder, are we going to get some clarification like, hey, how close were you with Steven? Or, were you that close? Were you at the house? Did you sign you a few NDAs, to go to the parties? Which I noticed with a lot of people, because even with Dwight Howard, I did want to speak to this. whenever they have people at their house, they do have them sign NDAs and stuff like that as an extra protective measure. But I don't know if I can make my mama sign an NDA. Put a 1 in the chat. You would make your mama sign an NDA. Put a 2 in the chat. No. I don't think my mom would even like. I don't even think I can approach my mama about signing an NDA. That's weird. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'm like, I couldn't imagine even approaching that conversation with my mom. Like, nah. All right, but anyway, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and get the hell up out of here. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will be re-uploading the video later on today, and then I might go live as well again. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all my members, my AT-tubers. Thank you for all the whatchamacallit, super chats too as well. I don't think I got any Cash App, PayPal, Venmos, but if I do, I always thank you later. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all.